Hello, on this tutorial I'm going to demonstrate the need for every Power Excel user to learn how to use Visual Basics for Excel. Now if you're a Power Excel user, you would normally do some routine tasks like you have to adjust column width for each cell on a worksheet, or you have to format each cell on different worksheets of a workbook. Like you may have to adjust the font style, set the font style, change the column width or font size. Now if you do this in the conventional way of going through all the worksheets, then this will make your work very slow. But it is important as a Power Excel user for you to know how to automate these processes. This can be done by using Visual Basics. Now let me demonstrate on how to adjust column width. Or if you take a look at this text here, don't bother about what I wrote here. You have this on different sheets, and if you have to make this to auto fit on the column, that means you have to click on each column, or you select each cell, the column, the range that is used, and go to this adjust column width. Now you have to do that for all the sheets. Now what about if you have to do that by just clicking a button and Excel automatically look through all the sheets and make the adjustment accordingly? This will be very interesting, and this can only be done by using Visual Basics. Now let's go to Visual Basics. From the Developers tab, I'm going to add a module. The module is our code window. Now I want to create a procedure by using the sub to say set. The name of my procedure is set auto fit. Set auto fit. That's the name of my procedure. It starts with the opening sub and the end sub. Now I will just write a single line of code that will perform this action of auto fitting the data on the columns. So first I have to declare a variable that holds the content of a worksheet. Let's say this is what I want to call the worksheet variable WS. You can call it any name. The variable is going to hold anything that is called a worksheet. So I'll say declared as worksheet. Now I also want to use a loop that will look through, iterate on all the sheets and carry out the action. So I'll use it for each loop. We loop through a collection, objects in collection. For each WS, this variable holds worksheet, something that is named as worksheet, an object that is defined as worksheet. For each worksheet in this workbook dot worksheets. If you understand VBA objects and the hierarchical structure, you would understand why I'm using this. Then what I want to do here, when you have the for loop structure, you say next variable, which is WS. Then within the block of the for loop structure, you need to write out what you want to do. As a worksheet, this is a worksheet variable. I can see the properties, methods, and the respective objects of this worksheet. What I want to do, I will say worksheet variable dot columns dot auto fits. Okay, now this is the only line of code I need to write. Now if I run this procedure, you can see that it will automatically fit all the contents. You can see on all the sheets. This is done automatically. You can see, instead of it to go through all the sheets and do them one after the other. Now let us also assume that I want to set the column width for all the sheets, worksheets, to have a consistent look and feel. Let me create a sub procedure as set sub. I name it, call it any name, set column width. Then I declare a variable that call this the sheets as worksheets. Now I want to use the loop structure to say for each sheet in, let me use active workbook dot worksheets. Now when you have the for structure, you say next variable sh. Now within the block of the for structure, you're going to write the line of code. I want to say sheet dot columns dot column width, that is column width. Then this is a property of the column width columns object, which is also an object of the sheet object. Then you have to set a value for this sheet. I want to make it 30. So when I run this procedure, set column width, you see that the column width for all the columns in each worksheet is 30. Let us confirm. If you come to this place, you see the column width is 30, and if you go to other sheets, you see that the column width is 30. So among others, this is one way to automate Excel using Visual Basics. Thank you very much for watching.